'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
Okay, what's up, guys? So, you notice that I sound like a little frustrated. It's because I'm sitting here trying to record this podcast and I keep messing up. Like, I mess up on words. I feel like I'm gonna mess up right now. But anyways, yeah, it's just stressful. Like, I've noticed this. I do this with YouTube videos. Like, I always have to do like multiple takes of something. And it is seriously the most frustrating thing. Like, I just want to hurry up, get it out of the way, and go on about my day. Like, I just sit there and be wasting time trying to, like, that's just a little fun fact about me. Whatever videos you see on my YouTube channel, or even like my podcast, all right, my podcast, like any YouTube videos, probably anything besides my gaming videos, like, I had to do multiple takes. Like, it's rare when I gotta do that with a gaming video, but yeah, I gotta do like multiple takes of stuff because I'm always messing up on something. So that's just like straight up frustrating to anybody that decides to get into the podcast, YouTube, any business like that. Like, I'm just afraid like of doing something like this. I don't know how I would handle a situation live. Like, I feel like if I'm like live and I start messing up, then I'm like, you just gonna have to accept it. Cause it's like I do this outside of like YouTube. I do this in front of people. Like, I start messing up on I don't even know why. It's like I'm not nervous. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to find the words to say and they're just not there. Like, so I just think I need to read a dictionary and stuff, or just start making up words. I'm about to just start making up words because it's frustrating trying to make something, a video, podcast, whatever. And I gotta do like multiple takes of it. But anyways, welcome to the TMossBoss show. I just had to rant about that for a little bit because it's annoying, man. Like, I'm just sitting here, like, I be sitting here, like, prepping myself up. Like, you ain't gonna mess up. You're gonna get through this. And I've like messed up like 20 times. Like, it's frustrating, man. But anyways, yeah, welcome to the TMossBoss show. I ain't said that 3 times now. But today's episode is going to be about an idea that I've had for maybe a couple of years now. Like, it's something where I'm like, this could be a really good show. This could be a really, really good show. And I've wrote down some stuff. I had to write down some things because I'm like, like I said, multiple takes. So I'm like, let me write down some stuff. And I'm about to just go down the list, okay? So I can make this a good podcast, all right? So anyways, the idea that I have is a heist TV show. Now, before you even like assume some things, it's a TV show, alright? It ain't real. But the show will be as realistic as possible. Pretty much, you are performing a real heist, but it's like this. It's like everything is fake. From the weapons to the like cops to everything. All of this stuff is fake. So, no, you can't get a real weapon, okay? No, you ain't gonna really get shot or hurt unless you put yourself in danger. But yeah, overall, it's a heist TV show, but like with fake weapons and stuff. But you can treat it as if it's like a real weapon if you want to. So overall, like, yeah, I did write this down like later on, like, but I decided to like I'm gonna talk about it now. So it'll probably, the weapons would be like BB guns or paintball guns. You know, so it's like something that ain't gonna like hurt you and things. But I mean, I guess like that stuff can hurt you. Like, I've seen some videos on paintball. I seen one video, the dude shot a paintball gun and it went into the man's skin. Like, you can see it sitting there. It didn't explode or anything. And I'm like, that put fear in my eyes with paintball guns. Like, I'm like, wow, like paintball guns do some damage. And it's like, you don't even think, people just be out there just going paintballing for fun. Like, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to use like a laser gun can work too. Like, you could treat it like a laser tag situation. Like, yeah, well, just if a TV show like this ever does exist and I'm, like, behind it, producing it, and I have to, like, come up with the, like, then, yeah, we're gonna have to, like, test out some things first and see what's okay. Maybe, who knows? We might use, like, water guns or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So I was thinking, like, maybe something along, like, BB guns or paintball guns. That would probably be, like, the, like, first choices. But if they, like, go out and they start hurting people, then, yeah, we're going to probably have to go straight to the laser tag stuff. Lasers can't hurt anybody unless you flash it in their eye. But, anyways, so I wanted this TV show to be based off of a video game I used to play. There's this video game called Payday 2. For those that have played it, then yeah, pretty much that, but as a reality TV show. But so, let me just give you guys a clue on what Payday 2 is. So Payday 2, you're performing a bunch of different like heist missions in there. From robbing big banks to small little like credit union looking banks to clubs, houses. Like, you rob these, like, there's just all of these different places that you can rob. You get, like, these, like, fat payouts. Like, they have it where you're at a safe house and things. And the one thing that I really did like about that game was going into the little safe room where all the money would be at. There was times where I did not buy anything and I just let the money just build up. And it was, like, just money just stacked all over the place. All right. And then they had like on this little TV screen like an offshore account. I had like millions of dollars in that. Like, in that game, I was rich. That was probably the richest I've ever been. I was a millionaire in that game. And that was just the crazy thing about it. Like, if stuff like this, because I have to say, like, this idea, it also kind of got like revived after I watched the movie Widows. And for those that have seen that movie or haven't seen that movie, either way, it's a good movie. It's a movie I recommend that you guys watch. But it be people like millionaires, okay? Like, these robbers be like millionaires after a while. And it's like, you go out and still be performing a heist. That's why they end up getting killed. Because it's like, listen, y'all going crazy with the spending and stuff. Like, invest in some things. Like, I don't know. That's what I would do. I'm like, I invest in something to fall back on. And that's overall, like, yeah, I think this show, I would have it where this show is like an opportunity for people that are out there struggling, you know, but it's like overall, like, it is going to be a realistic situation in this show and things. But yeah, it'd be like people like the bank robbers be millionaires and stuff, already robbing the places and things. Like, what was that? Now this movie is a classic. And it could go down, like, just think of every bank robbery movie and put it in this situation or in this TV show, because it can go down so many different ways. And that would be another, like, cool thing to add on to it is that, so I would have it where it's like one season, okay, well, I mean, like, overall, like, multiple seasons, like, if the show does get renewed, but the whole season, so it'll probably, like, I don't know how many episodes it'll necessarily be, but either the very last episode or the last few episodes will be, like, them performing the heist. But beforehand, they're getting the proper practice, proper training, all of that stuff to perform this heist. They're planning it, so it's like they got everything, the blueprints, all of that stuff. So they're all like, okay, so this is how we're gonna enter in. This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna be here. You're gonna be there. You're gonna be with me. Like, they're planning this. Like, this is like as if they're treating it as like if it was a real heist. Or they can just go in there guns blazing, all right, and try to move as fast as they possibly can. But that's where it's like each season, as it progresses on, it gets harder for the next competitors. So let's say the money is like right there in front of their face, and then they can just grab that money and things and then just go. The next season, the money will be in a safe. So then it's like you gotta like go and like find the proper tools and all of this other stuff to like get that money, but then also you gotta do it in a certain amount of time, so it ain't gonna be like cops showing up. But it's like if the cops do show up, that's where it's like the weapon stuff comes into place. Like, I would probably have it where it's like you can shoot a person 3 times, and then that's like after that, then they're dead. Or maybe a little bit more to like, you know, keep them going and stuff, because maybe they have armor on. So probably like if they do decide to not go in there because of the armor, because they think the armor is too heavy or something, they can do that. So it's like if they're wearing armor, probably like 5 to 10 shots without armor, maybe like 3 to 5. Like, I don't know. It's still like some like writing process for this show and things. Like, that's why I'm like hoping that somebody sees this podcast, a TV network, and they're all like, hey, let's sit down and talk about this. That's what I am hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, so overall, like back like but like what I was talking about, like wearing armor and things, I want this to be as realistic as possible. So armor, headpieces, the obviously the weapons will be like fake and stuff, but I want everything, like I want hostages to be there, the bank tellers, the cops, like I want everything to be realistic. Okay, everything to be realistic. So that's why I'm all like, yeah, with the that video game Payday 2, like for those out there kind of just like trying to get an idea of like what I'm talking about, just in case if I'm not explaining it, play the video game Payday 2. It's available on pretty much everything besides cell phones. Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, you can play that game anywhere. And it's a fun game too. Like I played that game with friends, I played that game by myself. That's probably like the worst mistake with that game, because the AIs in there are kind of dumb. Like you can't rely on the AIs in there. So the messed up part about the AIs, like talking about that game, so when you're playing with real people, they can pick up the bags, like because they'll have it where it's like once you open up the safe or you came across the money, you can like, yeah, they have like these, like you put the money in the bag and then you go run to this van and then the mission's over. Well, when you're playing with AIs, so if you're playing by yourself, you gotta play it like on the easiest difficulty. Alright, and then the easiest difficulty, you're gonna most likely rob the place for like $50,000. But like they have the hardest difficulty that I like playing on, which is Overkill, and that's where it's like the missions, they be leaving out with like millions of dollars like payouts and stuff. So yeah, in that game, the AIs don't pick up the bags. They don't. They shoot at the cops. I guess that's one good thing. But we all know how AIs shoot in video games. They don't connect. So I'm sitting here and playing that game by myself. I'm sitting there trying to shoot at the cops. Okay, grab the money, and then sometimes like, and then if there's times where it's like it ain't even money, it's gold. So you're sitting there trying to like carry this gold, and I'm like moving all slow, getting shot at left and right by cops, because in that game they have like a whole army outside waiting for you. Like you're getting shot at left and right. You have snipers, you have like all these other things like that's going on. So it's like that game, that was probably like one of the most intense games I've ever played. Like there's times where I just like, there's people that was calling me, I was like, I'd sat there and like had to go and like, well, when I like went down in the game, I had to like text them and be all like, hey, I'm performing a heist right now, so I can't really talk, but I'll get back to you in a few minutes, because yeah, it's almost over. Okay, so just give me a few minutes. All right. But yeah, that game was something else, man. And that was one thing. Another thing I hate, people kick you out of the heist. So it's like you went and joined this game, and people will kick you out because like, oh, you wasn't playing correctly. I remember one guy, he got mad at me because that's one thing that you can do in there. You can recruit a cop. And so he recruited a cop. I think I had just joined the game. I didn't realize it at first. I just seen the cop, but I didn't see the blue like line highlighting him, and I just started shooting. And then he's just like, he shot my cop. Like, he's all mad and things. I'm like, bro, it's a cop. Like, you can recruit another one and stuff. Like, yeah, it was just like stuff like that where it's like they kicked me out of the game for that, or they kicked me out because I had too much armor. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to perform this heist in like a suit. Like, that, like, because if a bunch of cops show up, because it's like, not everybody's going to be, unless like, yeah, you like plan ahead. And that's why probably like in a TV show like this where it's like, yeah, you have no choice but to plan ahead. But yeah, it's like I just joined the game. Like, I don't know like what y'all got going on, and as soon as you join, they kick you out. So yeah, I was like, overall, like, I hated that. They come out with a part 3 of that game, they better take that feature out. I'm like, I don't want to keep on getting kicked out left and right because this person, it's like, then man, like message me, join me, have me join the party, do something. But yeah, that game, that'll probably be like a good like motivation or like behind this TV show and things, like, and it can overall, it can be that like the people behind that game Payday, they can overall make it into a TV show, because I would be down to watch it. I'll be down to join the show, because I'm like, that's what I was asking coworkers at my job, like, who would you have like perform a heist with you, because I already had my list like planned out, because I had pretty much like my friend Jack. I said like I would have him there because he has like the brains. Then there's my other friend there, Mark. He's like intimidation, like he kind of has some size to him. And then my other friend Jim Bob, that's his nickname, that ain't his real name. But I'll overall have him because it's like he's that person where it's all like he's like that scary person. Like if you watch like some bank robbery movies, there's that one scary person that just scaring the life out of the victims. I will have him there for that part. And then me, I would just be that guy where I'm just like, because I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty athletic. So it's like I'm like running back and forth carrying like the bags of money or bag of gold. I feel like that overall I got some stamina to myself. So I can do that type of stuff, all right? And yeah. So yeah, that was mine. And then there was like other coworkers. They were saying, I choose this person because of this. But there was like some coworkers there that I was just like, oh man. If they were performing the heist, like it was my manager, I told her, I was just like, you have so much attitude. Like I can see her being that person where the victim's trying to like crawl and get out of there. She would seriously walk up on them, okay, most likely shoot a round off up in the air and scare the life out of them and say, did I tell you to move? Go back to where you were at and don't move no more. Okay, like I feel like she was that person. There was the one coworker there. She'll somehow will convince the bank that they're in the wrong. And then we don't even have to like do anything. Like we could just go in there, get the money, and then just leave. All right. Then there's the other manager. She seems scary. Like she would shoot somebody by accident, and then like just like I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Like she's that person. Like so for those that have seen that movie, Set It Off. There is the one girl in there. She was like one of the first girls to get shot. Like at that last heist. But she was like the scary one, and I felt like that would have been her character. Well, I'm like, hopefully she doesn't get, like, if she did perform the heist, like, hopefully she ain't the one that gets shot and stuff. But yeah, like I would probably use like a lot of like movies and then Payday 2 as like motivation and stuff for this TV show. And yeah, like I would have it as like as realistic as possible and stuff. Probably the only thing that I wouldn't have is like getaway drivers and driving and things, because I wouldn't want the person to like go all crazy with it. Like yeah, there's places and stuff in the area where they can hide at, and then just nobody won't know and things. But I overall want it to be as realistic as possible to where nobody doesn't know anything. So yeah, we like the cops, they have no idea what's going on. So I don't want this to be like a stage thing where it's like, okay, well, we know a bank robbery is happening. Like, no, it's like overall have it where it's like, okay, the cops, they might be in different areas, so they have to like wait until a timer goes off, and then that's when they decide to go to the bank and things. But yeah, and it's like, and then if somehow like the robbers, I'll have it where it's like there'll probably be an episode where they can hide off somewhere, and then it's like, oh, the cops are like, well, what's going on? Where'd they go and things? Like they won't know. They won't know, because it's like I'll have it where it's like the area is big enough to where anybody can hide anywhere, and it's like nobody won't know anything. So overall, like I feel like that this TV show will be a success, and then like each season would get progressively harder. So it's like whatever they did that first season, it'll be harder that second season, and then it'll be even harder that third season, and then like all the rest of the seasons will be like the overkill mode and Payday 2 and stuff. So overall, like I think that would be a dope TV show. Like I think I pretty much, because I had to write down some stuff. So oh yeah, that's one thing that I almost forgot to mention. You can turn on your crews, because that's what I would have. You can turn on the people that's there with you. So if there's that one person that you didn't like, you can turn on them. You can take them out, all right? Or you guys can team up on one person or team up on two people, take them out. You can team up on anybody, or you can just decide, oh, I'm going to take these guys out one by one. So it'll probably be like maybe 4 people, 2 doing something, then 2 performing like the heist, like taking the money and stuff. But let's say like that person that's scoping out the place, they can somehow get them ambushed, take the money and things, and then just ditch the spot. And then they end up leaving. So like, let's say, and that's why I'm like, let's say if the heist, like it's like $1 million heist, that all of that money is theirs. So if they were to split up with like 4 people, they'll probably only get like 250,000. So it's like, that's why I'm all like, yeah, everything would be real. Everything would, it won't be like, oh, okay, so we're going to do the, like, no, it won't be like no stage stuff. Like, I mean, overall, like, yeah, they would have to come up with a plan and things, but I would make it like, I would make it where it's all like real stuff like that will happen. Where it's all like, okay, somebody can turn on us or somebody can take me out, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm out of the money. Like, I just like, and it's like, overall, probably it's just like, yeah, then it's like, once when they get killed on the show, then they're no longer on the show anymore. Then it's like, they just have to, they just gotta, just deal with that. Like, they don't get the money, they don't get anything. It's like, the only thing that they would get is a TV show from the shirt, just saying, hey, I was on this, show and stuff. That's about it. That's all that they would get and things. It's pretty much like some fear factor situation where it's all like, you don't win, you don't get anything. Like, yeah, you did your part, but you died, and that's it. And yeah, I'll just then, like, if they want to, where it's all like, oh, they know that they sacrificed themselves, everybody else. So if they want to be the hero, they can do that too. Like, it's overall, like, you're gonna have like a bad role when you're out performing this heist thing, you know, because you're out here like committing crimes and stuff. But yeah, it's like, if you want to be a hero and be all like, hey, you guys go, I'll hold off the cops, you could do that too. All of you guys can hold off the cops, and then they don't go home with nothing. That, I feel like that this TV show will definitely test out the loyalty with some like people and things like that, because I already know, like, if there's a friend or somebody that turned on me, I'm like, wow, after everything we've been through, I should have known, because you were acting weird throughout this whole time we were on this show. I'm like, don't talk to me once we get off this show. Don't. Like, I don't want to hear anything from you, because it's like, you really just screwed me over in this. I could have went home with some money. I'm going home with a t-shirt. Like, that's, like, and it's, but the thing is, because, like, not to alert the others, because nobody, it's like, if they do decide to turn on the person, nobody would know. So it's like, there probably would be, like, the getaway driver. He decides, like, he doesn't know. He's sitting in the car. Well, actually, no, I take that back. No getaway drivers, because I don't want it to. Well, actually, I will have it where it's, like, kind of like a Payday 2 situation. Because in that game, they have it where it's, like, you do go to a getaway van, but you don't drive off anywhere. Overall, like, once you get in that van, then the mission was over and stuff. So I might have something like that, but the person might decide, oh, I'm going to go back and get something. They take out the getaway driver. So then it's like, then the money is split amongst them and stuff, and then they're all like, whoa, what happened to him and things, and so nobody would know. That's why it's like, I would have it where it's like, they wouldn't know what happened unless they watch the episodes, and they would have to, like, yeah, watch the episodes once when they air out on TV and stuff. But yeah, I honestly think that will be a really good show. What other thing? Yeah, hostages. You can definitely hold some people hostage. Like, and it's like, to, like, let's say, like, the cops, they show up and they're all like, come out with your hands in the air. And they're all like, no, we got hostages in here, so unless you guys want these hostages. But in the video game Payday 2, if you did kill the hostages, then you did lose out on some money and stuff. So if you want to be that sick, twisted psychopath where you do take out the hostages, you can very well do that. Alright, you can very well do that. But and then it's like, also it's like, well, if you want to, like, just keep them alive until you guys find your escape plan and get up out of there and things, you can do that too. Overall, like, yeah, it's just gonna be a very, very just, like, realistic experience and things. And what other things I write down? Pretty much covered everything. But overall, like, I wanted this to be somewhere it's like, it prevents crimes like this from actually happening. So it's like, yeah, sign up for this show and things. It could be anybody. You can recruit your friends, co-workers, family. You can recruit anybody and things. And yeah, if you and if it's like somehow you get caught, like, let's say y'all split up in different directions, there's a bunch of cops where you're at. If you get caught, you have, like, and then, oh, that would be dope too. Then it's like, you have that idea where it's like, you can snitch on them and nobody gets the money, or you can, like, live by the code and then just, well, like, oh, I ain't no snitch, so I ain't telling, and then they end up overall winning. Because I feel like if you're that person where you are like, oh, where I got caught, where everybody's getting caught, Reggie's over there, Billy's over there, and Tom's right over there. Like, if you're that person, then yeah, and it's like, if you think about it, because it's like, okay, you get caught, and then it's all like, you have that choice in things, but it's like if they escape, then who knows? They might give you some money afterwards. They were like, no, you didn't snitch, so you getting some of this money. But then it's like if you snitch, then it's like ain't nobody getting the money. Then that's what I'm saying. This TV show was seriously test the loyalty with some friends. Because there is just all like, oh, such and such just snitched on you. So now it's like you don't get the money either. I'm like, wow, that's messed up. That's really messed up and things. There just have to be like a lot of like just like writing and ideas to be put behind this show. Like overall, like if a TV show like this did get picked up, I'm like, yeah, I would definitely like, I would want to be behind the show, because I'm like, no, there's even ideas I'm thinking of now where it's like, let's say like it's like the show like progresses on in the seasons and stuff, like the cops, they know, like, and it's like you can come back, get some more money and things because, oh, like the audiences that watch the TV show, they really did like you, so if you want to be brought back for another season, or like wait, or it can actually, no, like each episode can be like, it can just be all within one episode and things, so that can even be a thing too. It doesn't have to like all be throughout the whole season, because yeah, that might be too long. So it's like, yeah, you got a planning period before the show and things. Yeah, if you guys get caught, then you get caught, no money. But if you guys get away, y'all get the money. And yeah, even in like that game Payday 2, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a bank, because I'm having like the whole bank idea, but I know in there they were robbing houses, clubs, they were robbing a bunch of different places. So it can even be that too, and it's like you guys like go into a house, break in, be silent about everything, take out a security guard or take out this person, and then you end up leaving with the money and things. But if you get caught, you get caught and stuff. But or if they like, yeah, the cops show up, then they show up and things, and you just gotta get into a crazy gunfight with all of them and stuff. So yeah, overall, like a show like this, I feel like it's a show that definitely needs to get picked up, because it would be so interesting to just see how people operate and stuff. Like it definitely will test the loyalty with friends. So it's like, that's why I'm like, a show like this, man, I can just see right now, like people, they just be all like, yeah, me and this person, we're no longer friends, because I already know how they would have done me if this was real. So, but it's like, no, it's like overall, it can be a show where it's like you go up on there, you have fun, you know that they snitched on you, they turned their backs on you and things, and you're like, oh wow, you messed up, man. I'm glad this ain't real life, but it's, yeah, it ain't like, you know, you really go to prison afterwards and stuff. Like overall, yeah, it's a TV show, so it ain't gonna be like, it ain't gonna be real, but I will make it as realistic as possible. So yeah, I was like, I had this idea of making this podcast like on my mind all day. I think it was my coworker Jack that told me I should make a podcast about it and stuff. Or no, it wasn't him. I did overall ask him like who would he have like as like people who he taking high. So I think it was my manager. Yeah, it was my manager. She was the one that said that it should turn into a podcast. So yeah, she's the one to credit for it and things. But yeah, I just think that would be a really dope show. I would watch it. I would want to be a part of it. I'll call up my friends and all like, hey, so there's this heist show. Do you want to be on it? If we win, we get like a fat check. All right, then it's like, yeah, like we gotta be on this show and things. So anyways, yeah, it's like they need more, like they need a show like that. Like a show like that would be pretty dope. All right, and it's like, it ain't no like stage stuff. It ain't like a script or actors and stuff. Like, no, this is as realistic as possible. Like, you don't know what's going on, you might know what's going on. Like, yeah, it's overall, it's just going to be very interesting to just see how it all plays out. But anyways, has been another episode of the TMossBoss Show. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support in the podcast. I'm at like a few followers right now that's listening to it, but I'm getting listeners on Spotify. I'm getting my podcast like broadcasted out to like more different podcast platforms, so that's dope too. I'm really enjoying this podcast stuff. Like, I'm just like, man, like, shout out to my friend Angela. Like, no, that's she, like, giving me that idea of creating a podcast. It's seriously the funnest thing that I'm doing. Like, it's a podcast. Like, I just can't wait to record more. Like, yeah, I know I'm going to make this as a daily thing now. Because I'm like, just of like how excited I am to record the next podcast. Like yesterday I was trying to, but I was so tired. I was like, bro, I can't do it. I was like fumbling on my words and stuff. And I was just all like, nah, I can't do it. I'm just too tired. But I'll save it for tomorrow. I was like, I'll save the next podcast for tomorrow and stuff. But yeah, this is fun. So you guys best believe you're going to be seeing a lot more of the TMossBoss show. And it's going to just progress on, update some stuff, just like, yeah, it's just the podcast. It's just gonna like, man, this just fun just doing this. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this podcast wherever you're listening to or watching it on. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching or listening, and peace.